How many of you watching today are dealing with chronic muscle cramping and spasms as well as muscle twitching? If you are, you may be suffering from a magnesium deficiency, so let me explain. Magnesium deficiency is often misdiagnosed because it does not show up in the blood test. Only 1% of the body's magnesium is actually stored in the blood. Now, most doctors and laboratories don't even include magnesium status in routine blood tests. And most doctors don't know when their patients are deficient in magnesium, even though studies show that the majority of Americans are deficient in this needed mineral. Well, Dr. Norman Shealy, an American neurosurgeon and pioneer in pain management, stated that every known illness is associated with a magnesium deficiency and that magnesium is the most critical mineral required for electrical stability of every cell in the body. And a magnesium deficiency may be responsible for more diseases than any other nutrient. Well, think about that. Well, the truth, he states, exposes a gaping hole in modern medicine that explains a good deal about death and disease. And because magnesium deficiency is largely overlooked, millions of Americans suffer needlessly or are having their symptoms treated with expensive drugs when they could be cured with magnesium supplementation. And one has to recognize the signs of magnesium thirst or hunger on their own, since allopathic medicine is lost in this regard. And it is really something much more subtle than hunger or thirst, but it is comparable. Well, in a world where doctors and patients alike do not even pay attention to thirst and important issues of hydration, it is not hopeful that we will find many recognizing and paying attention to magnesium thirst and hunger, which is a dramatic way of expressing the concept of magnesium deficiency. Well, few people are aware of the enormous role magnesium plays in our bodies. Magnesium is by far the most important mineral in the body. After oxygen, water, and basic food, magnesium may be the most important element needed by our bodies. Vitally important, yet hardly known. And it is more important than calcium, potassium, and sodium, and regulates all three of these minerals, and millions suffer daily from magnesium deficiency without even knowing it. Well, in fact, there happens to be a relationship between what we perceive as thirst and deficiencies in electrolytes. I remember a person asking, "Why am I dehydrated and thirsty when I drink so much water?" Well, thirst can mean not only a lack of water, but it can also mean that one is not getting enough nutrients and electrolytes such as magnesium, potassium, bicarbonate, there's chloride and sodium, are some principal examples, and that is one of the reasons magnesium is so useful. Well, the first symptoms of deficiency can be subtle. As most magnesium is stored in the tissues, you have leg cramps, foot pain, muscle twitches can be the first sign. And other early signs of deficiency include a loss of appetite, maybe nausea, vomiting, fatigue, even weakness. And as magnesium deficiencies worsen, numbness, tingling, seizures, personality changes, abnormal heart rhythms, and coronary spasms can occur. Well, in a recent article by Dr. Sidney Baker, author and practicing physician, magnesium deficiency can affect virtually every organ system of the body. With regard to skeletal muscle, one may experience twitches, cramps, muscle tension, muscle soreness, including backaches, neck pain, tension headaches, even TMJ. Well, also, one may experience chest tightness or a peculiar sensation that they can't take a deep breath. And sometimes a person may just sigh a lot. Like water, we need magnesium every day. And there is an eternal need for magnesium as well as water, and when magnesium is present in water, life and health are enhanced. And one of the principal reasons doctors write millions of prescriptions for tranquilizers each year is the nervousness, irritability, and jitters largely brought on by inadequate diets lacking magnesium. Now, persons only slightly deficient in magnesium become irritable, highly strung, and sensitive to noise, hyperexcitable, apprehensive, and belligerent. Does that sound like you? Well, if the deficiency is more severe or prolonged, they may develop twitching and tremors, an irregular pulse, insomnia, muscle weakness, jerkiness, and leg and foot cramps. Well, if magnesium is severely deficient, the brain is particularly affected. Clouded thinking, confusion, disorientation, marked depression, and even terrifying hallucinations of delirium tremens are largely brought on by a lack of this nutrient and remedied when magnesium is given. Sometimes it can be that simple. And because large amounts of calcium are lost in the urine when magnesium is undersupplied, the lack of this nutrient indirectly becomes responsible for much rampant tooth decay, poor bone development, osteoporosis, and slow healing of broken bones and fractures. Now, with vitamin B6, magnesium helps to reduce and dissolve calcium phosphate kidney stones. And do you have any of these symptoms? Do you suffer with extreme thirst, extreme hunger, frequent urination, sores or bruises that heal slowly, dry, itchy skin, unexplained weight loss, blurry vision that changes from day to day, unusual tiredness or drowsiness, tingling or numbness in the hands or feet, frequent or reoccurring skin, gum, bladder, or vaginal yeast infections? But wait a minute, aren't those the same symptoms for diabetes? Well, many people have diabetes for about 5 years before they show strong symptoms. Now, by that time, some people already have eye, kidney, gum. They have nerve damage caused by the deteriorating condition of their cells due to insulin resistance and magnesium deficiency. Magnesium deficiency is synonymous with diabetes and is at the root of many, if not all, cardiovascular problems. Well, magnesium deficiency is a predictor of diabetes and heart disease. Both diabetics need more magnesium and lose more magnesium than most people. Well, in 2 studies in both men and women, those who consumed the most magnesium in their diet were least likely, hear me, least likely to develop type 2 diabetes, according to a report in a January 2006 issue of the journal Diabetes Care. Now, doctors at the Harvard Medical School in Boston state, our studies provided some direct evidence that greater intake of dietary magnesium may have a long-term protective effect on lowering the risk of diabetes. Wow, and that comes from the Harvard Medical School. Every day I take magnesium myself, and it should be taken like vitamin C or your fish oil every day. It's a building block for better health. Now, I personally use Natural Vitality's Natural Calm Magnesium, and it comes in a variety of great tasting flavors and can be simply mixed with water, juice, or in a smoothie. Now, I take mine in the morning and I take it again at bedtime, and I am so convinced you will benefit from magnesium that I talked with my friends at Natural Vitality to offer a free giveaway so you can see for yourself.
Get ready for a whole new approach to good health. Call Natural Vitality today for your free sample pack, which includes free samples of Natural Calm, information about how magnesium is important to your health, and a free coupon to use at any natural health location that sells Natural Vitality's Natural Calm products. Call Natural Vitality today for naturally calm, better health.